Welcome back to the Delusional Spouse series. This next chapter is called Suit Up. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Trouble in paradise? Suit up, sir. Suit up, ma'am. The enemy has found its way into your union, and it's time to war. Take the focus off your spouse and what they are doing wrong, and place focus on the real culprit. Ephesians 6:12 tells us that we are not fighting against flesh and blood. Your spouse is flesh and blood, and your beef is not with them. That is why it is imperative for us to stay in the presence of God so He can teach us how to war for our homes. Pray for discernment of spirits so when the battle starts, we don't attack our spouse, but attack whatever spirit is operating in us or our spouse. Remember, the enemy goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And if anyone in the union is out of order, then the enemy has a foothold in. All he needs is an open door. Focusing on the spirit operating in your spouse does not give them an escape, nor does it excuse the part they play in allowing the enemy in. They are guilty and should be corrected, but with love. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger and give no opportunity. Ephesians 4:26 to 27. Don't allow your disappointment in your spouse cause you to fall off your post. I get it. Emotions are running high and you have every right to be angry. However, you are a child of God and we must always do our best to behave as such. Forgive easily and quickly. If the enemy can ruin your marriage, then he has won. One of the things he cannot win against, though, is a forgiven spouse. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Ask Him for help to deal with the situation. Your marriage is like a threefold cord, and the revelation I received about that is when one part is loose, there is still two more pieces holding it up. That cord consists of God, you, and your spouse. When your spouse is loose, then you and God will hold up the union. Likewise, if you are the loose end, your spouse should be able to hold the union together with God. This is why it is important to be equally yoked. Both spouses should be on the same spiritual level with God because someone has to stay in His face at all times. If you're the more spiritually mature one, then you will find that you have to be the one to always stay in the presence of God. Never stop praying for Him to bring your spouse to the same spiritual level. There is nothing too hard for God to do, and especially in a marital covenant, oh honey, the sky's the limit. There's power in marriage. Why do you think the enemy attacks it constantly? Nations can be changed through a godly marriage. It is not just a piece of paper, it's a covenant. Favor and power lies in covenants, no matter who makes it. So, the next time you have an argument with your spouse, try to identify the spirit operating in the disagreement. Pray against that spirit. Attack the spirit and not your spouse. Forgive quickly and don't allow the sun to go down on your anger. I am especially big on that one because we never know when we can be called home. Would you want your last words to be those of anger? Spend more time in the presence of God. Pray constantly for your marriage and your spouse. Pray and praise together. Build a fortress that is impenetrable to the enemy. Thanks for watching The Delusional Spouse. Please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you next week. Bye.